The secret to Keith Richards' instantly identifiable guitar playing lies not within what his guitar has, but what it doesn't have. So grab your wire cutters and let's go. Keith Richards is often referred to as the human riff, and it's no accident that he's earned that nickname. His claim to fame is the ability to write and perform instantly recognizable and iconic guitar riffs that start songs, end songs, and keep you listening to Rolling Stones songs for more than 50 years. So how does he do this? What's the secret? What's that secret weapon we're talking about? Well, normally a guitar has 6 strings and it's tuned to E, A, D, G, B, and E. Now what Keith did is he actually started playing in what's called open tunings. And open tunings tune your guitar to a chord. And when you strum the guitar, it sounds beautiful and like you're playing a G major chord or whatever open tuning you've decided to put your guitar into. But that is not where Keith Richards stopped. And the secret weapon, the secret sauce behind it all is the fact that he got rid of that low E string. Now, you might be saying, why would you want to take away a string? I mean, isn't 6 strings better than 5 strings? Well, not so fast. In this case, 5 strings for Keith is a lot better than 6, and let me tell you why. In open G tuning, the notes go like this. Your lowest, thickest string would be a D, then a G, then a D, then another G, a B, and another D. If you're not a music nerd or you're not a guitar player, that might not mean anything to you, but even if you aren't, I think you can probably understand this. When we're playing an open G, you would expect the lowest note, called the root note, to be G. However, in normal open G tuning, the lowest note is actually a D. That can get confusing, that can get clunky, and if you have a low D ringing out when you really want a G to be ringing out, it doesn't necessarily sound good. So what did Keith Richards do to solve this issue? Well, he got rid of the E string. Aside from helping Keith develop that iconic strumming style and stance on stage, removing the 6th string actually does something sonically that I'm not so sure he's even aware of or was intending on happening. What removing that 6th string does is it opens up an area of the frequency band that the band takes up. So imagine with a rock band, you've got the low, the mid, the high, just like your car stereo. And oftentimes you got the bass drum and the bass guitar at the low end. In the middle, it gets very crowded. You've got guitars, you've got vocals depending on the vocalist, you've got horns, you may have pianos, organs. There's a lot going on in the middle. And then in the high part, you've got cymbals, hi-hats, the higher register on the guitar. Maybe if you have a vocalist who has a higher register, you're in that high area. But like I said, the middle gets very crowded and the guitar lives oftentimes in the middle. So if you can remove some of that low middle that often comes out on the low E string, now you've carved out a really specific and really cool place for your guitar parts to live, and that's exactly what Keith Richards did. He's not the only guitar player in the Rolling Stones. There have been many guitar players in the Rolling Stones, but the most recent and longest standing configuration is Ronnie Wood and Keith Richards. So when you have 2 very distinctive guitar players and a huge band on stage with arguably the best frontman of all time, everybody has to find a way to exist and put their part somewhere where it makes sense. So Keith removing that low string makes it that much easier to find a place for his riffs, his guitar playing, which take up a lot of room and actually drive many, if not most, of the Rolling Stones songs. But by doing that, he allows Ronnie Wood some extra room to work with. It actually just makes things work smoother and better, believe it or not. The best part about this secret weapon that Keith Richards uses is that it can help you and me have a blast on the guitar. So I highly recommend you take whatever guitar you have, doesn't have to be a Telecaster, and remove that low E string, throw it in open G tuning, and just go to town because you are instantly transported to Rolling Stones land.